Olá, gente, tudo bem? Tava respondendo os WhatsApps da vida. Ai, ai, ai. Gente, vocês estão sentindo o calor que eu tô sentindo? Tá muito calor. Meu Deus. Cal- Vai querer fazer algo junto? Diárias, domínio, algo assim? Os domínios. Minhas diárias sempre tão fáceis. Eu deixo tudo em Liwe. Eu tô com a minha água saborizada. Eu coloquei um chazinho gelado, um limãozinho pra ficar gostoso. Preparado para 6 horas de oh, uai. Estamos aí. Hoje eu vou fazer o quanto eu conseguir. Aproveitar hoje que eu tenho como fazer isso. Vamos, bora fazendo, não é assim que a gente aprendeu? Se a minha internet colaborar hoje, né? Gente, eu que descobri que o Gorou é ótimo pra pegar ervas Naku, porque ele mostra onde tá. Onde tá a erva Naku não, né? Mas onde tá as coisas típicas de Inazuma. E eu não sabia disso. Achei curioso. O dia agorento foi ontem. Hoje já passou. Sim, pelo amor de Deus. Pelo amor de Deus, chega. Aí ontem de madrugada eu peguei o suficiente de erva Naku pra Kukishinobu. Então minha Kukishinobu futuramente estará aí nos Trending Topics de Teyvat no nível 90.
quietly now. Take it easy. Gotcha.
Fez o boss máquina? Não. Not yet. Fiquei pegando... Ai, gente, eu vou trocar de controle. Esse controle tá me estressando. Infelizmente, ele tá rodando demais, não dá.
No escape. Prepare yourself.
Take it easy.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of light.
Busted.
Meu controle favorito. Quanto será que é pra consertar ali, hein, Lauro, lá na Paulista? Pra consertar o drift. Parabéns, Elan. Você não fez o seu próprio trabalho. Sobe aí, mulher.
Gotcha.
Solidify.
Don't blink.
Mas deve ser 100 e pouco. Ah, que bom. Adorei saber disso. Adoro fazer essa misturinha aqui, ó.
Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Mostra como tá o copo. Assim. Rodelas de limão, o chazinho gelado, a aguinha gelada. Tá maravilhoso.
Ad Astra.
É, não tem. Ó, eu preciso fazer o boss eletro. Porque se eu não me engano, acho que só falta isso pra eu... Faltam 3 pra eu acender a cookie. Alguém topa fazer? Quanto de resina eu tenho também? 109. Quer fazer, Lauro, o boss do... Ah, tá bom então. Porque eu ia sugerir pra gente fazer o boss do Neuvilette. Porque ele dropa pedra elétrica. Enquanto isso, eu vou abrindo o evento. Precisa dar uma melhorada na arma do Zongli também. A gente tá com a taxa ok. Eu acho que eu não tenho mais nada com dano crítico. É hidro e proficiência. Esse de proficiência eu tinha que dar pra alguém. Não lembro pra quem, mas tudo bem, deixa eu abrir o... É a Klee? É a Klee! Hey, cutie!
Okay, got it. But fish taste best when they're freshly blasted. Grill them over a fire and they'll turn extra crispy and smell so good.
Don't worry, Jean has informed me about all that a while ago. So, I went ahead and placed some orders.
Era
at
pra
the
Jean.
hunter.
Eu acho que
Over
era
the
pra
next few
Jean.
days, their chefs will be preparing the best fish fresh from the lake and cooking them right away. Freshly cooked fish served with Klee's favorite spices and my specially prepared desserts. I'm sure it'll
cara
be
da
just as
Paimon e do
delicious as your
Traveler.
catches.
Okay, then I'll trust your taste, Lisa. I promise I'll stay in the city and play Dodoco's boom-tastic adventure. I won't go fish blasting or make any trouble for Albedo's friend. Anyway, I'm gonna go look for Mr. Honorary Knight and Paimon now. Is someone looking for us? Mr. Honorary Knight and Paimon! Klee was just thinking about you and then you appeared! How'd you do that? Oh, did you somehow magically hear Klee's thoughts?
Oh, little cutie and Paimon, you're here just in time. Looks like I won't have to go to the trouble of writing you a letter now.
We had some time on our hands and wanted to look for something to read in the library. Anyway, what's Dodoco's Bombastic Adventure? It sounds way more fun than reading a book. It's a new game Lisa made for me. We came up with the name together. You're amazing, Paimon. You remembered the name so quickly. Whoa, you can design games, Lisa? Paimon thought that you were just into books.
I merely drew some inspiration from Shroomsplosion, a game from back when I was a student. It didn't really take too much effort. As long as we keep Klee happy during these unique circumstances, I'm willing to design as many games as she likes.
Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Klee mentioned Albedo's friend, right? Did something happen in Mondstadt?
It's not too serious, but the situation still has to be treated with caution. Recently, fish species native to Sumeru have begun appearing in Cider Lake. Allowing them to spread would put the ecological balance of Mondstadt's waters at risk. Luckily, Klee noticed some fish she'd never
Nossa,
seen
isso
before while she
já
snuck out to
aconteceu em
play.
algum país, né?
She caught a few and showed them to Kaya. If it weren't for Klee, I'm afraid most of the local species would have already receded by the time ordinary citizens fully grasp the situation. And if a change occurs in the underwater ecosystem, it could very well affect the quality of water in Cider Lake.
Tipo, não do jogo, mas do mundo
be in
mesmo.
danger, and that poses a major threat to our economy.
I saved the praised by Master
Ah, que
King.
fofa.
So that's what happened.
Nossa, gente, preciso buildar a Jean.
Good thing Klee noticed the fish before things got out of control.
The investigation team sent out a few members to inspect Cider Lake and look for the origin of the intruding species. To avoid disturbing these little invaders, Klee has to keep her treasured bombs away for some time. The investigation team's instruments are extremely sensitive, so any explosion within a certain distance of the lake would affect their data. Jean said that Klee would definitely get bored being cooped up inside the city all the time. Albedo's busy making improvements to the reconnaissance company's experimental equipment, while Kaya just left for a business trip.
But I'm not bored anymore because Lisa invented.
All right, the game table is right over there in the garden. The orders I've placed at Good Hunter will also be delivered there. Please enjoy yourselves. It's not every day you get to play games with Klee, surrounded by the scent of flowers on the breeze, with...
Wait, Lisa!
Don't you think it'd be a little unfair if the game's creator joined in? I don't want to spoil the fun. Besides, as the librarian, I still have my basic responsibilities to take care of.
That just sounds like another excuse for staying indoors.
Run along now. Have fun playing with Klee.
Okay then, we'll catch you later, Lisa.
Nossa, como é que sai daqui? É aqui mesmo? É.
We're here, Mr. Honorary Knight. This is where we'll play Dodoco's Bombastic Adventure. Whoa, Lisa picked a really good spot. Paimon loves it here already. All right, teach us how to play Glee.
Dodoca Aventuras.
Yeah, what?
Meu Deus. Nossa, só abriu um. Derrote guerreiro peixe espinhento usando uma bomba saltitante especial para obter 1 ponto. Derrote o espinhento rei para obter 2 pontos. Bombas saltitantes especiais possuem uma área diferente de explosão. Considere suas características únicas para arremessá-las adequadamente e aumentar sua pontuação. Depois de jogar uma bomba saltitante especial, se ela entrar em contato com um peixe espinhento ou objetos no seu caminho, explodirá. Após arremessar a bomba saltitante especiais, você pode pressionar o botão arremesso novamente para que outra bomba exploda imediatamente. Use esse método para aproveitar ao máximo a área de explosão da bomba saltitante. Use o botão... Aí tem como eu trocar a bomba. Tá. É isso? Ah, eu estourei antes. Ué? Não entendi. Ah, estourou onde não era. Tá. Tá. Entendi. Aqui, vai estourar aqui. Aqui. E aqui. Aí eu troco. Essa daqui vai estourar uma aqui. Ah, tá. Essa aqui. E essa aqui. Aí depois sobrou essa que eu vou colocar aqui. E essa aqui vai ser aqui. Pronto, agora eu acho que eu entendi melhor.
Osmantha.
Nossa, esse daqui já tá mais difícil. Ah! Tem como eu mudar o lado. Eu não sabia. Nossa, esse eu fui péssimo. Pronto. Vamos fazer tudo de novo. Esse eu fui bem ruim. Preciso melhorar. Consegui todos os pontos. Mas, Laura, você conseguiu terminar aí o que você estava terminando? Opa. Tô. Ah, tá. Quer matar o boss do Neuvilette? Opa, obrigado pela inscrição, Lauro. Vamos lá então. Eu vou pro seu mundo. Como que faremos? Cadê a minha Jean? Queria trocar essa arma. Essa daqui acho que é mais importante pra Jean do que tudo. Eu vi que essa daqui é boa também. Tenta entrar no meu. Deu normal.
easier now.
Mind the side effects.
Depois que a gente quebrar a pérola dele... Ele espera ele começar a regenerar. Aí mata antes de regenerar completamente. Podemos tentar. Então ele tem que estar no fim da vida. Tá bom. Vamos tentar.
Motion to
A bitter pill to swallow. This is nothing. Taking a turn for the better.
A silence fills the air.
Incinerate! Motion to compel!
Seems like an emergency.
Offensive retreat! Incinerate! Time for your arraignment! Motion to compel!
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effect.
Be sanctified.
A bitter pill to swallow. Taking a turn for the better.
Incinerate!
É, eu acho que não deu. Horrível. Quer matar no meu mundo? Fomos muito fortes, sim. Nossa, onde que é mesmo? É pra lá, né? É aqui? Não, tá errado. Tava certo? Nossa, tô perdido. Tava certo? Ah, que bom. Ah, é, tem aquele caminho, né? Acho que eu vou Ganyu e Zhongli.
Solidify! This is order!
Born of ice and frost. Next on the agenda. Access denied.
Stabilize!
Fire hazard!
Opa, com dano crítico ainda. Boa. Será que dá pra fazer alguma coisa?
We're way behind schedule.
Dá pra fazer nada. Acho que eu vou matar o Hipostasis e a Flor. Você quer matar também, Laura? Ou não?
Solidify! Silence!
No touching.
Nossa, eu acho que a minha Ganyu tá fraca porque a arma dela tá errada. Ah, tá errada. Tá com Tigas a outra. Que mais que tem Eletro no jogo? Tem a outra... Tem isso daqui, né?
Stabilize!
Access denied. Fire hazard.
I will have order! Let the mighty be humbled!
Grita, Ganyu. Grita, Ganyu. O Ganyu não tava querendo gritar. Vamos ver mais o que mais que tem. Sailor Thaís. Olá, por que você tá farmando todos os bichos eletro? Eu estou farmando os bichos eletros pra ter a pedrinha elétrica. Olá, Rodrigo, tudo bem? Pra minha Cook Shinobu. Porque aqui, ó, eu posso até trocar, mas é muito pouco, tá vendo? Aqui até que vai. Vamos converter. Tô bem, também. Eu vou conseguir uma dourada, é isso mesmo? É, uma dourada. Aí faltam 2 douradas pra Cookie. Eu acho que não dá pra comprar com selo... Com mora, nada não, né? Eu não lembro se dá.
Next on the agenda. We're way behind schedule.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we
Laura,
have
eu vou
some new
tirar
items
você do
in.
meu mundo, tá? Pra ver se eu consigo comprar alguma coisa aqui. Beleza? É, tem nada não. Tem como eu resgatar a mora, olha só. Vamos resgatar tudo logo. Eu já peguei tudo. Poxa vida. É que eu usei tudo na Cushin. Aí ferrou minha
Add
vida.
Astra.
Precisava fazer pra arma do Jongle, mas depois eu faço isso. Ah, e usa isso daqui. Ah. Eu queria minha Yelan melhor do que isso. Mas eu tô cansado já de fazer o selo da decepção. Depois eu posso caçar estrelas nas suas praias de Fontaine? Pode. Acho, gente, então, que vou fazer a missão do Neuvilette. Essa? Uma missão, uma ameaça familiar? Acho que é. Acho que eu vou fazer a missão do Neuvilette. Estou querendo fazer essa missão hoje. Deixa eu só fazer um negocinho.
I have to keep an eye on the deployment of guards at all
Osmanthus might is the same as I remember. Tem que vir por aqui mesmo. Quantos anos temos aqui? O Neuvilette falando com o Zongli.
Wait, did I hear that right? Monsieur Neuvilette, are you sure you'd like to take over the case yourself?
That's right.
No, but why? Technically speaking, cases like this are better left to the guards. Neuvilette! Sidine! Hey there! What are you two talking about? Ugh, Traveler in Paimon, please help me talk our Chief Justice out of this. He wants to investigate a case on his own. Now, this is completely unprecedented. How can we have the Udex acting like a private detective?
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies. I took your question in earnest, but it now occurs to me that it was most likely in jest.
So, what is it exactly? It sure sounds serious if it's something you've got to investigate personally.
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired at this stage.
Huh? I have no idea why you're so hung up over this. I've checked the schedule in advance, and it seems like there aren't any trials today. So, if you insist, I have no objections.
Não, é o
Thank you for
Neuvilette estão
understanding.
assistindo.
I will leave a note explaining my absence on my desk. I would appreciate it if you could take it to Lady Farina. She may have no interest in official affairs, but standard procedure dictates that I'm still responsible for reporting to her.
Yes, understood. I'll come back later and deliver the note to her. Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events. There could be complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks in advance.
Come on, stop being so secretive! We still have no idea what's going on!
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts. Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Udex of Fontaine and initiated a series of institutional reforms. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high praise from you.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, they wanted me to yield more of my power. The incident resulted in Carol taking her own life, and Vautrin being exiled. From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusines. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including Carol, asked me to bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can be traced back to me. Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt to lay the blame on me. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to make sure it does.
Even so, why do you have to be the one investigating? There's the guards, the Maréchaussée Phantom, and the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Aren't they more than enough to figure out what's going on?
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility towards me do not belong to the same department. The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple different factions. However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine, a lot of trouble could be avoided if I personally took on the case.
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine? Why would you be an outsider?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my responsibilities and how I perceive myself. You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others of my kind in other nations. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental difference between dragons and humans. Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, the status I was granted has prevented me from forming deeper bonds with others. I have lived in Fontaine for a long time. I do not belong here. That is why I call myself an outsider. A fish out of water.
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organizations anyway. So how about we come with you on your investigation? Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the dark.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own, but with professionals like you around, I'm sure it will go a lot smoother.
Oh, Paimon's starting to get a little embarrassed. Just leave it to us.
I will write my note of absence right away. Let us depart together once I'm done. Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and...
So Neuvilette feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine, but is that really true? Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed perspective on a lot of things. Anyway, let's catch up with him first. Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to
eu esperei ele calar a boca pra...
Ugh.
Pronto.
That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
Pra onde que tem que ir? Aqui.
I never thought I'd see him here.
Olá, Haikuru. Tudo bem? É Haikuru.
The weather's
É isso?
amazing today.
Kiara.
Monsieur Neuvilette. And you are? Oh, I remember. You're the Traveler and Paimon. I've heard about you. Aww,
Como tá o farm? Então, eu desisti.
Hey there, it's nice to meet you.
Agora eu tô fazendo a missão do Neuvilette.
Compliments. Is there anything I can do for you?
Depois eu continuo.
I heard from Sidine that you received a threatening letter.
A threatening letter.
Ah, eu matei 3 bosses e consegui uma dourada só. Uma pedra dourada.
The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. It said something about catching me, so I thought someone wanted to play
E eu
hide and
preciso
seek.
de mais
But
2.
Sidine told me it was
Eu
a
consegui uma
threatening
só.
letter, and that I could be in danger. But that's not gonna happen with everyone looking after me, right?
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people recently?
Na luta pro farm
Suspicious-looking
do
people?
Wesley e
What
Venti.
counts as suspicious?
Então, eu queria muito ter os 2. Mas eu vou preferir a Furina. Eu queria atirar no Venti agora. Mas eu vou ter que esperar um pouquinho de novo.
Did you think of something? Nope. I don't remember
Porque se
meeting
pá
anyone
vem
like that.
a Raiden Shogun.
Do you still have the letter
Depois da
with you?
Furina, né?
I want you to show me what it says.
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Don't say I didn't warn you. A simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the
Oxi,
content
quem tá
itself
tirando
reveals
foto?
anything. We can't rule out that possibility.
É a
Since you
Charlotte?
can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back to the Palais Mermonia to review some official documents. Kiara, you should come with us. It's safer if you stay close by.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on.
Vou te
I
falar que
promised
preferi a
Kiara that
voz
I'd
do
check on her place later.
Neuvilette em inglês
You are
do
being
que em
watched
japonês.
right now. Going off on
É,
your
então, em
own could be
japonês eu achei um
dangerous.
pouco estranho também.
That's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe. With us around, anyone scheming to hurt Kiara.
Eu queria jogar
forget
o
about it.
Genshin
Thank you,
em
Traveler.
japonês.
Big Sis Paimon.
Mas sei lá.
Oh, don't worry, your Big Sis Paimon is super
Principalmente
strong.
pra fazer missão, assim, eu
Alright.
prefiro em
Let
inglês.
us go
Se é
our separate ways for
abismo,
now.
só luta,
Please
assim,
take care of
beleza.
Kiara.
We'll take her to a lost place right away. See you around.
Eu adoro a voz da Yai Miko em
So,
japonês.
Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to
É
the
maravilhoso,
Memorial
né?
Fountain with Carol and Neuvilette. That must have been a long time ago. Carol? Didn't Neuvilette mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol
Acho a voz
told
da
me I
Paimon
could
em inglês
address
um
others
pouco
based
aguda
on how I
demais.
feel
Um
about them.
pouco? Você tá... Meu Deus, é demais.
You're a big sis.
Quando acontece lá qualquer coisa de Fatui, ela... De Fatui!
Hey, Traveler, did you hear that?
Pelo amor de Deus. É mais fino, e ela consegue, assim, um tom que ninguém consegue. É, assim, incrível.
Strange. Paimon felt like someone was following us. Olaf!
Eila.
You're here.
É uma fofa, mas às vezes o agudo chega lá no fundo do... Exatamente. A Paimon me estressa um pouco.
They're the Traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here?
E Paimon, né, gente? A gente sabe, né? O nome,
All
o
right.
que significa, né?
Guess I shouldn't have
Então...
asked.
May I begin inspecting the store as planned?
Of course. Go ahead.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. Seems like the criminal from that case last month never set foot in here at all. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvilette says that us Melazines have special eyes that can see things people can't.
Uhum.
Things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up, we Melazines can see the residual stains for some time.
All right. Now that you're done inspecting, can we have a chat? Hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit for children next month and wanted to hire you as my model. Is that okay with you?
Of course! Is there anything I need to do?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. The sample should be a
Nossa, mas
perfect
a
fit.
Seems like they know
Sidwin,
really well.
ela é Melusine também, ela não é assim, né?
What are you looking at?
O que
Is there
aconteceu
really
com
someone
ela?
watching us? Shh! Let's sneak over and take a look.
Como assim? Vamos buscar o alvo. Onde que era pra ir mesmo? Eu me perdi.
I think...
I love them too!
Ah, Charlotte. É a Charlotte. Pois é, tem esse questionamento sobre a Sidwin também. Ela até tem dedos nas mãos.
Gotcha!
É, então. Não sei o que tá acontecendo com a Sidwin. Será que ela é
Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one who sent Kiara that
híbrida?
threatening letter.
Sei lá.
But threat letter? What threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay, I'll be straight with you. I don't know the slightest thing about that threat
Pronto,
letter
agora
you
arrumei minha
mentioned.
cadeira.
I only wanted to follow Monsieur
Boa noite,
Neuvilette and
Rô.
request an interview with him.
Será
You want to interview him?
que alguma humana
That's
se
right.
apaixonou por
I'm
uma
not the only
Melusine?
one, you know.
Não sei.
Interviewing him is every journalist's dream. But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais Mermonia
Aí já
rarely
vira
accepts
meio a
appointment
forma
requests from us,
d'água aí,
and
né?
we never have the
Meio...
chance to interrupt when the court's in session. So
Não sei,
imagine
não.
how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. The perfect opportunity to whip up an exclusive, don't you think? Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles.
A live vai
and I
ser
never
derrubada.
publish an article without the consent of all parties involved.
É melhor de ficar quietinho.
Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't be made public knowledge. I see. Well, if you say so, I guess I'll put this matter aside for now. Oh, what a shame. Chance, in exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? I swear I won't tell. All right, then.
Meu Deus, ele tá contando tudo, né?
A cute little Melazine. Shh, not so loud.
Que boca aberta que o Traveler é, pelo amor de Deus. O Traveler é a Paimon.
Last month, in fact. It was well received by our readers, so I was planning to continue the series. And now someone's coming after her. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. And don't worry, I know what I'm doing. This secret's safe with me. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed,
Tô fazendo
others will know
simultaneamente com
eventually.
você porque eu não fiz ainda essa missão.
Why?
Boa.
People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized that something was up. Besides, the case involves Melazines, so... Anyway, I'll get going now. Watch yourselves, all right? Well, that was a nice chat. What's it...
Aí a Kiara sumiu, né? Imagina.
What do you think? The design looks pretty good, huh?
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very
Ah,
pretty indeed.
Chlorine.
Clorinde, what are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvilette was investigating a case with you. Technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relationship. It didn't feel right to have my employer personally take on such trivial cases. I happened to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look. I sometimes have my clothes custom-made at this boutique, in any case, so we always have a lot to talk about.
Ah, Neuvilette sure is lucky to have someone like you.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvilette.
Neuvilette,
Vamos para o... Como que é? O nome daqui? Palamermônia. É o Neuvilette. Só me esperando ali, ó.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
We ran into Cloran. She offered to help us protect Kiara.
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities. It looks like Kiara is in good hands.
We thought so too. Well, did you find any leads?
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by Kiara and major cases I've judged over the past decade. I've come up with 2 plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and track down the group behind all this step by step. On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if there is indeed a mysterious group that bears a grudge against me.
They both sound like pretty solid plans, but can you really finish browsing through all these documents? That's a lot of reading even for Paimon.
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several hundred years of reviewing under my belt.
Under my belt.
Do them. We have nothing else to do.
Thank you. I will continue looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free to browse through anything else in this room.
Ah, a gente vai ter como ver bastante coisa. O réu Risley confessou seus crimes e foi declarado culpado pelo Iudex Neuvilette. Risley será exilado para a floresta Merapid, onde irá servir sua sentença. No julgamento, Neuvilette permaneceu em silêncio por muito tempo. Caso de propina. Houve um enorme escândalo sobre propina dentro dos Guards. A patrulha de segurança e monitoramento especial investigou todo o caso. Todos os suspeitos envolvidos foram presos. Os suspeitos confessaram seus crimes. O Conselho Representativo enviou um pedido de colaboração para o Marechalato Fantasma em um determinado evento público. Baseado em suas pesquisas, eles acreditam que melusines podem aumentar a popularidade desses eventos. Marechalato Fantasma ainda não respondeu, entretanto ele não proibiu as melusines de participarem em tais atividades. Sobre o caso de contrabando, foi resolvido pelas forças conjuntas dos Guards e do Marechalato Fantasma. Os principais criminosos receberam a sentença baseada na severidade de seus crimes. Por favor, consulte o apêndice para a lista de nomes. Eita, falta um. Espina de Rosula. Kalas, o chefe da Espina de Rosula, foi derrotado em um duelo e morreu com ferimentos graves. A tentativa de defender sua honra chegou ao fim. O réu não declarou nenhuma objeção durante o julgamento. Iudex Neuvilette reservou seu julgamento neste caso. Os detalhes ainda estão sendo investigados.
Have you made any progress?
We skimmed through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around. Just how many cases have you handled?
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is I've never made a precise calculation myself. If memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases. The documents you see are just a small fraction of what's really there.
Whoa, that's a lot. Looks like the work of a Chief Justice isn't easy at all.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties are, to me, simply routine. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon's mind.
All right. Let us take a break then.
Que climão.
Even though resting is a part of taking a break, shouldn't we at least talk about something? All this silence is making Paimon feel really awkward.
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mermonia for matters outside of work. To be quite honest, I am not sure what we should do. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps? You must be thirsty after all that work.
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvilette likes to drink. Oh, maybe he's a fan of really fancy wines.
I don't think so,
He seems like
Paimon.
the type of person who'd own an entire winery. You know, like Diluc.
Taças de vinho requintada.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
So it's just plain old water?
What did you think it was?
Since you're the Chief Justice and all, Paimon thought you'd prefer something more sophisticated.
This water is indeed very special. It would not be an overstatement to call it sophisticated. I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine, including those that specialize in packaging pure drinking water. Said water is sourced from all across Tevat, including Mondstadt's Cider Lake, Liyue's Chintsa village, and Inazuma's Konda village. Here is one of their latest products, water from Sumeru's Apam Woods. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel, the waters of Cider Lake warm the heart, the waters of Chintsa village have a poignant touch, while one might call the waters of Konda village placid. Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area. You will appreciate their intricacies once you taste them carefully.
Really? Let Paimon try!
What do you
Meu
think?
Deus.
Nope. Paimon couldn't taste any difference at all. Isn't this just normal water?
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a long way to go in refining your tastes.
Meu Deus.
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's pretty sure most ordinary people can't tell the difference. How did you do it anyway? Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon? We are allowed to bring that up, right? Since no one else is around? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. If you're the Hydro Dragon, why would you become Chief Justice in human society? Sorry. Paimon was just curious. You don't have to answer.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed me.
Questions? Are there really things you can't figure out?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most concerns my own existence. In essence, I neither know why I was born in this form, nor do I understand where my long life should take me. I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me, but I am unaware of what that connection is exactly.
Existe alguém que possa responder essas perguntas?
Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of Tevat. Abruptly visiting could very well pose an unpredictable risk.
True. Some of them have very unique personalities, too.
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a long time. But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions easily resonate with those of others. Even I don't have the slightest idea what they mean. My guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior, perhaps I could one day understand the meaning of my existence.
Have you made any progress then?
Perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaningful interactions with others are few and far between. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare. Alas, time is limited. We should move on with our investigation.
Are we gonna continue reading these documents? Paimon's getting dizzy already.
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents. But while we were on the topic of water a moment ago, another idea came to me.
Water? Do you mean...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. It is the vessel of countless memories and emotions. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should also hold an intense resentment towards me. Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro element within the fountain.
Why didn't Paimon...
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many people near the Fountain of Lucine during the...
Vamos lá. Para a fonte. Para a fonte de Lucine.
Monsieur Neuvilette?
I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's hardly anyone around.
What should we do next? Oh, Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a few steps back and keep a safe distance.
A safe distance? Neuvilette, what exactly... Whoa, it's glowing!
Meu Deus. Aí trava o jogo, né? Conforme a fonte de Lucine começa a acender, uma onda de tontura começa a tomar conta de você. Ih, meu Deus. O que aconteceu? Tudo parece pouco diferente de como normalmente eu deveria continuar adiante e dar uma olhada em volta. Explore os arredores. Isso aqui deve ser alguma memória.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvilette. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible. There's so many things I've never seen or heard before.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom. I'm certain you'll become an indispensable part of Fontaine's detective force.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness, but also, it feels like my life has become a lot more meaningful.
But a meaningful life also comes with its risks.
It's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. But I want to see the outside world nonetheless. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence, or what I'm capable of contributing to this world. For almost 20 years, we've stayed in our village without finding any answers. That's why we wanted to leave our village and look for the meaning of our existence elsewhere.
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way. I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in as you did? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot when they hit me in the head, and I tried really hard not to cry.
Logically speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. It will be a difficult road ahead, with countless obstacles to overcome. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between one another. Removing it will be no easy feat. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society. Despite my social status, I am still an outsider.
Oh, I see. Let's all do our best then. I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one day.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble, I suggest that you inform Vautrin, the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Huh? Is he the person I met in the Palais Marmonia earlier?
Yes? Do you have any concerns?
That stone-faced human. He didn't even bother to look at me when I tried talking to him.
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future, so please try to get along.
Nossa, tá muito bonita essa... Tá meio sépia, meio... Tá meio clipe da Lana Del Rey, assim, né? Meio... Só você colorido e o resto meio sem cor, né? Preto e branco... Sépia, sei lá. Tá bem clipe da Lana Del Rey.
Thanks, but no need.
Oh... Hello, I'm Carol, a Melazine. Is there anything you need help with?
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any harm.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters.
Basicamente as Melazines não participavam do mundo humano.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where
É
anyway?
isso, sei lá,
I can't believe
será?
Neuvilette allowed them into the court of Fontaine just like that.
Exactly. That
É
so-called
bem no
Chief Justice
começo,
even
né?
granted them official positions. Not only that, but they're now responsible for investigating cases as well. I swear, there's some hidden agenda at play here.
A burguesa homofóbica.
Go away!
Pois é.
Quit acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Mari
Até o Neuvilette não era bem aceito, né, na época.
Solving
Caraca.
cases? With Neuvilette in cahoots with you. You could have fabricated it all, and no one would know. So tell me, how can you guarantee that you Melazines aren't involved in anything that occurred recently?
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Mare Chaussee Phantom, the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol has every right to subject you to interrogation. There have indeed been an increase in cases recently, perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy, and I understand your concern. However, there's been no evidence pointing towards Melazines being involved.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly reformed police force is already corrupt to the core.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand. Why won't anyone believe us?
There have been rumors saying that you were born from calamity, and that you inherently bring danger to those around you. There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in Fontaine. It's near impossible for you to become a part of this society.
Ai, que triste ser uma Melazine nessa época.
Monsieur Neuvilette said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll take, but I can at least try making my best effort. I still want to try a little harder. Thank you for bailing me out earlier. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I painted a lot of flyers last night, so I have to stay and hand them out to everyone.
Give them to me.
You're not gonna take them away, right?
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done, the sooner we can head back.
Mais memórias. Agora é o Neuvilette, o Valtrin e a Carol. Vamos lá.
Monsieur Neuvilette, what's this?
Medals of Peace, awarded to you and Vautrin. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years. You've taken one small step forward in helping Melusines gain the trust of humans.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans. Just the thought of it makes me happy.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely scratched the surface. There's still a long way to go before that dream of yours comes true.
You blockhead! Don't ruin the mood!
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed in you is still very fragile. Any small incident could undermine the hard work you've put in. Please be on your guard for the next few days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace? Peace isn't going to give us back what's
Que povo
rightfully ours.
invejoso.
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvilette, even with all our powers combined.
Suave Goth. Suave Goth,
Nah,
sei lá o
not
nome
gonna
dela.
happen. As long as he
Cybert.
remains in his position, there's no
Cybert.
chance he'd take us out personally. There are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere, unless he wants to become an enemy of Fontaine. So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we
Meu
lay the
Deus.
blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the court of Fontaine, Neuvilette will be left with no excuse.
I guess you're right. Ugh. If he just left things the way they were, it never would have come to this. But he's forced our hand. Time to teach him a lesson.
Caraca, gente, que feião.
Turn the murderer in!
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvilette, too!
Eles falam Neuvilette, né? Neuvilette.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back.
Ah, sai daí, eu sua preconceituosa. Tem que entrar na fonte mesmo, é isso? Não, é pra lá. Ah, tá.
The results of the investigation are in, Captain Vautrin.
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling the situation are supporters of the old regime, whose interests have been undermined by the reform. They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After that, they incited panic among the people in order to make Monsieur Neuvilette confess to his mistakes and yield up power. The guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't intervene in time. Miss Carroll chose to sacrifice herself to pacify the situation.
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth? She didn't have to prove her innocence like that.
The situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards.
That is indeed something she'd do.
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results to Monsieur Neuvilette right away?
There's no need. Notify the guards to restrict public access to all information.
Restrict access to... Wait, are you planning to...
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named Ilaria who passed away when I was very young. She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others.
Looks like she was unfazed by that.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit must have rubbed off on me instead. I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvilette. They even avoided
Ah lá,
causing
ele
trouble
falou
for me.
direito, Neuvilette.
They were after. Can you understand how I feel? Right now, there's only one thought on my mind.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvilette wouldn't accept that as a solution.
That's exactly why we're after this. Has nothing to do with any of you. I will take responsibility for everything.
Gente, eu já volto. Eu vou ao banheiro que eu tô. Eu bebi tudo isso de água. Eu vou ao banheiro e vou encher tudo isso de água de novo. Vocês já beberam água hoje? Bastante? Que eu tô bebendo muita. Já volto, rapidão. Vou deixar até a câmera ligada se vocês virem uma menina feia. É a minha irmã, tá? Não se incomodem com isso não, tá? Rapidão. Hello, com vários mosquitos no meu quarto. Vários não, né? Um só, mas... Ah, lá vai a discussão. Vamos lá. Explore os arredores. Vamos entrar na Ópera Epiclese.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol and settled the score with the group that framed his friend. Hey, why aren't you saying anything?
I'm thinking... we should try our best to bail him out when the trial commences.
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted subordinates. After everything that happened to Carol, Neuvillette's guaranteed to do everything he can to keep Vautrin around. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be. As long as we redirect public opinion, Neuvilette will be able to give Vautrin a reprieve.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice he upholds. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol. How could Vautrin be declared guilty for seeking revenge?
Monsieur Neuvilette.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Vautrin, your revenge could be seen as a form of justice. I understand your decision, which is why I cannot help but feel regret and even grief about the judgment I must now impose. Personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abused your authority and conducted informal executions. Your actions have thus violated the law. Therefore, you will be declared
guilty.
What?
Caraca!
That can't be! Monsieur Neuvilette, please give this a little more thought. He has done so much for Fontaine.
Vautrin, my friend, is there anything else you want to say?
Neuvilette, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Why can't you just let me off? Is this what justice means to you?
Order. Since there have been no further objections, the Oratrice will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charges against Mr. Vautrin. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, Mr. Vautrin will be declared guilty.
Eita.
Monsieur Neuvilette.
This all happened because of Carol's naive ideas.
How can different species peacefully coexist anyway?
Hey, stop spacing out!
Spacing out.
What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the better of me. I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seems like it still caused the emotions within the Fountain of Lucine to boil over. Due to my negligence, the overflow of emotions and memories must have affected you as well. Are you all right?
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is more powerful than Paimon thought. Anyways, the last time we came here, the Traveler only heard voices from the Fountain of Lucine.
It is as you said. This might be because I am different. It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers, lakes, and even the rain.
That sounds awesome!
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnected. As an outsider, having my mind occupied with irrelevant memories isn't exactly a pleasant experience. Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. That does not mean I am deliberately hiding them. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it is a good thing that you saw everything in that form. You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this. These two cases are much too similar. I felt...
Paimon's starting to lose track of what you're saying. Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation. Paimon wants to help too.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I discovered something strange. I did not sense too much hatred towards me within. However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara. If I remember correctly, it seemed to be related to a smuggling case. I don't know what caused this to happen, but it seems like there won't be a shortcut to finding the organization that may be pulling the strings here.
Oh! Didn't we read about that in one of the documents?
You've read about it? In that case, the resentment should have come from that incident.
Huh? What are you doing here?
What, Navia?
I was just about to look for you at the Palais Mermonia.
Navia! Nice to see you again. Is there something we can help with?
I've heard some things, but I'm not purposely asking around or anything. Don't worry. Rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against Melusines, and that you're investigating the case. So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had
Deus, que
unfamiliar
gente
faces showing themselves at the
fofoqueira
Fleur
nessa
Chandra lately.
em Fontaine, hein?
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. No matter how you conceal your whereabouts, there will be countless eyes watching you. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know asked around for information, then it was only a matter of time before word of the threatening letter spread all across Fontaine.
So that's what Charlotte meant.
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for too long, but the rumors still spread faster than I imagined.
You know, it could be because you attract more attention than you think. Anyway, any progress with the investigation?
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case, but it is still uncertain if there is in fact another party behind all this. We are planning to return to the Palais Mermonia to revisit some details and identify the senders of that threatening letter.
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and follow up on their progress. Wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Pera aí, gente.
Neuvilette, do you think there'll be any problems now that the word is out?
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. As a matter of fact, once the word gets out, no one would dare to harm Kiara in broad. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, they chose to side with the old regime and direct their resentment towards the Melusines. I hope the same won't happen again. Let us head back to the Palais.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against a Melusine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice is investigating in person.
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no amount of hiding will keep us from finding them.
Caraca.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have
Tá acontecendo o oposto do que aconteceu no
We can't
passado,
just
né?
stand by and watch. Think about how much we owe them. Now that they're in danger, how can we just sit back and do...
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something happen?
We were informed that.
Nope. We just finished our shifts and happened to be strolling by.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new items at the dessert shop together?
This isn't a good time to be out and about.
Come on, don't act tough. I bet you're hungry too.
All right, let's go buy a cake or something.
You shouldn't ever skip meals, especially if you have another shift scheduled for later.
I heard even Neuvillette's keeping an eye on the situation. This is the perfect chance to get promoted. We gotta make sure we give it all we've got.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your duties if Neuvilette wasn't involved?
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years now. If something happened to them, I'd be haunted by regret for the rest of my life.
That's more like it. We should stand guard until the
Gente gananciosa sempre existiu, né?
Instead, you cowards!
Have you heard? Even the special patrol...
Shh! Look! Isn't that Neuvilette? I think he's looking at us.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna go over and say hi?
No, I should stay where I am. My appearance could give rise to unnecessary commotion. Let us stick to our plan and return to the Palais Mermonia. The faster we uncover the truth, the better.
Take it easy.
The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the Marechaussee Phantom. The list of involved suspects should be... Ah, found it.
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. They have been sent to the fortress of Meropide following trial. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate in the case will not stand trial. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other personnel remain on our watch list.
So many names. Is the one who sent that threatening letter to Kiara on the list?
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case, and he moves around without much restriction.
Monsieur Neuvilette, someone claiming to be from the Spina di Rosula just checked in with us. He said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect. They're chatting at the cafe." Huh? How did Navia find them so quickly? We've only just figured out the suspect's name.
I too am perplexed. The cafe isn't too far from here. We should head over and take a look.
Vamos para o café.
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people. Hey there, are you Navia's friends too?
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Cendre, but I sent for someone to invite them over.
Invite them over?
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here, and so I asked them if they'd like to come and have some.
Yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests of the Spina di Rosula.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this for ages.
Something feels off, but oh well. Let's get back to business. Is there anyone called Essin here?
Yes, that's me.
You're Essin?
Yes, monsieur Neuvilette.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following orders.
Orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his orders.
Domenico? Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid even the Spina would have trouble looking into that place. Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourselves. This was as much as I could do.
You've done more than enough. I am extremely grateful for your help.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first. If he really is the one setting up the conspiracy, it'd be best if he's exposed as soon as possible.
All right then, let's head to the fort.
Eita, avisa outras missões. Continuar a missão atual pode ocupar parte das seguintes missões. O sucesso não pode ser feito em missões ocupadas. Vamos continuar. Não tô fazendo nenhuma missão aqui mesmo. Oh, Riosley.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meripede, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke himself! Guess we made a name for ourselves in this place.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss when the two of you, not to mention the Chief Justice, showed up. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico. He once attempted to round up the other inmates and instigate a protest.
Who does this guy think he is? Paimon hopes nothing came of it.
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And now he's threatening Melazines, is he? To be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to personally investigate raises a flag. Is there something else going on behind the scenes here?
He's got the same concerns we do.
I'm concerned about this
Wesley
incident
chegou,
because
olha
something
lá.
similar has occurred in the past. I wish to meet
Chegou não,
Domenico
a
in
gente foi
person and have my
visitá-lo.
questions answered.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think he's at...
Did I hear someone say Melazine? What happened? Sigewin! Yeah, and we're investigating. The
Ah, gente, a Sigewin... O que rolou com a Sigewin?
Really? Is Kiara gonna be okay?
Ela é
There's no need to worry. Clarand is protecting her as we speak.
humana pra mim, ela tipo saiu.
But if the criminal's still... Is there anything you can do about this?
Ah, head nurse. Do you require me to personally deal with the criminal?
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you. That's your only demand, correct?
Think of it as more of a humble request. I'm here on my own accord, not to formally transfer a criminal for trial. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paima were you here, Grace, Paima would take this chance to ask for something really important.
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But I'm sure Monsieur Neuvilette would reject that. But enough jokes. I'll look for Dominique. Make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure she has a lot to say.
Please come with me to the infirmary. Ah, and watch your...
Não, pra onde que eu tenho que ir? É aqui mesmo. Vamos para a enfermaria mais uma vez. Eba. Ai, gente, o Wriothesley no rerun eu pego. O Neuvilette não sei, mas o Wriothesley eu queria. O Vente também no outro rerun. Quantos reruns o Vente já teve?
Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty, but thanks anyway. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even before that. I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll have a lot to talk about.
Ele teve 4, né? Não, 3 reruns, esse é o 4.
Typical Sigewin. Concerned about everyone's health as always.
Eu não consegui ele no, na 3.1.
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chests looked quite familiar.
Familiar? Paimon didn't even realize they were wearing them. But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea. I will stay here and wait for news from you.
Nossa, a gente não vai jogar com o Neuvilette nunca? Poxa, a missão dele a gente não joga com ele nunca?
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you interested in joining the Mutual Aid Network?
What's that?
We have a very long history. going back as far as 400. We have never had many members throughout our history, nor do we have much of a reputation. But everyone treats each other like
então.
helping each other is our
Você
purpose.
tá na minha
At the same
frente,
time,
Laura?
Sounds like a pretty neat organization.
All we want is to defend ourselves, but people won't give us a...
Interested in joining the Mutual
Tá
Aid
junto?
Network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our flyer. Our slogan may have evolved over the centuries, but our goal has remained. Here, this book is for you. You're welcome to come and sign up.
You two look kind of... It's the symbol of the Mutual Aid Network designed by our first president. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals. The first president of our network was an amazing
Medalha da
person.
Paz.
Powerful as he was, he never used his strength against anyone. He encouraged the weaker criminals to stick together and look out for each other. All of us have a lot of respect for...
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvilette.
Take it easy.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges belong to an organization called the Mutual Aid Network. According to them, the badge's design was inspired by the Medal of Peace. Have you seen...
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. They were awarded to Carol in Vautrin. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire. The only one that remained should belong to Vautrin.
Oh, so the network was inspired...
Monsieur Neuvilette, His Grace has requested your presence in his office.
All right. Let us talk to him first and get to the bottom of this situation.
Por aqui mesmo. Oh, bonita.
Take it easy.
How was I?
Ai!
What are these?
Meu Deus! Como assim? Ela tá levando dano do quê? Da água? Meu Deus! Eu deixei ela cair. Eu ressuscitei a bicha. Ela tomou outro dano e morreu de novo já.
Allow me to introduce this.
Vocês viram isso? Que morte horrível? Eu não entendi também. Eu acho que tava molhado, será? Sem entender. Tô sem entender. Mas tudo bem.
Neuvilette? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter to a Melusine? Hassan has already confessed, so there really isn't any need to keep hiding.
That idiot!
Let me ask this another way. It was your idea to send that letter, correct?
Yeah.
Who is pulling your strings?
What? You're not trying to frame me for something I haven't done, are you?
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. The Chief Justice of Fontaine has been personally investigating your case. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the Fortress of Meripede has something to do with this as well.
I admit I acted on impulse. I'll tell you the truth. But
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people here.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some goods and promised me a generous sum of more in return. After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Marechaussee Phantom. They accused me of smuggling prohibited items, and I was put on trial. But I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone got me locked up here so they could get their hands on my goods.
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines? Over that?
My initial target was Neuvilette. Everyone in the fortress of Meripede was declared guilty by him, after all. So they must more or less hold a grudge against him, right? If I could get them to strike back. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. That mutual aid network in particular. What did those nobodies even gain from trying to challenge me? In the end, I had to reconfiscate my goods for inspection. So I asked one of the more approachable guards to send a letter, claiming that I meant to contact my family. But the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write a threat letter to Kiara and force her to resign from the Marechaussee Phantom.
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own thoughts? Have you been in contact with any suspicious people recently?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling scandal have been caught?
Yes.
Sijuin, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvilette, you were concerned that there might be a shadowy faction looking to capitalize on the delicate situation with the Melazines to stir up greater chaos?
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past, so I had to be prepared for any possibility.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things. Everything's different now.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people wouldn't just sit back and do nothing. I trust that they would make different choices from before.
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines.
Monsieur Neuvilette, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflective of their attitude towards you. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment each time, regardless of whatever nonsense went on. People no longer have any reservations about you, and even consider you a symbol of the law. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine. In other words, you've gradually transformed the whole nation.
Que susto! Ai! Eu aqui concentradíssimo no jogo, minha irmã. Ai, meu Deus. Bom, vamos lá. Neste momento, cada decisão sua impactará toda a Fontaine. Todas as palavras, você... blá blá blá. Tá.
To join forces with Domenico.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties. It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. I'm simply fulfilling the promises I've made and searching for answers through my judgments. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower far exceed those of mine.
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of affairs says it all. You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wished to investigate something on your own, many would take the initiative to lend you a hand.
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay for a cup of tea?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works all too well. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who harbor resentment towards me. The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well result in an...
In that case, I'll have to insist. I still have 2 more things to say.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send that letter.
Ah, I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memornia staff. However, as I mentioned earlier, I visited today on personal business. Therefore, I leave that matter in your hands.
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. However,
Like
down
a
here,
girl
such
gone
thoughts will put
wild,
you
like
at
a
high
girl
risk.
gone wild.
I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions in the future.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way. What's the other thing you wanted to say?
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity.
Yep. Neuvilette thought their badges looked familiar.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fortress of Meripede. They were not great in number, but every member always made sure to stand up for what was right. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sentenced to imprisonment in the fortress. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined throughout his imprisonment. He had never once engaged in physical or verbal aggression. In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very different from his behavior in court.
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated. He appeared to be full of resentment, and I believe he had every right to feel that way.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvilette and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. Vautrin must have known that the Chief Justice would make an impartial judgment. Thus, the more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those present that you were upholding justice. And to those who had been sitting on the fence, Vautrin's act was a very meaningful one. That's all from me. Does anyone else have anything to say?
I don't have anything to say. Apart from expressing my gratitude, that is. Well then, let us head back. No need to see us off.
Sempre muito cordial, né?
Please, take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts, too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an impact on Fontaine. What do you think, Traveler? Hey, any comments?
What I really think is, every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And that's what makes you who you are today.
O Traveler até falou, fiquei chocado. Como dragão Hydro, Neuvilette ainda pensa em si como forasteiro devido à sua identidade. Mas tanto tempo passou desde então. Talvez as linhas entre ele e os humanos há muito tempo se mesclaram.
That is indeed a reasonable assumption. As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun to notice the changes that have occurred upon my person. These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but emerged as a result of time itself. I will try to contemplate this further.
Oh, huh? It's raining!
Oh,
I forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
Oh, tá chovendo.
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Aww.
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Meripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvilette? You could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvilette! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Que fofo. Nossa, adorei essa CG.
We found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him, so the Melusines should be safe now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved.
By the way...
At the Palais Mermonia, more than 50 people offered to protect her.
Que ótimo.
Some even hid within the bushes to look out for danger. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel uneasy.
Well, now it looks like the dust has finally settled. To celebrate this joyous occasion, Monsieur Neuvilette.
That's not how you celebrate!
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available next month. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
Yes! Thank you so much, Monsieur!
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communiqué to publicize our investigation result. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all.
Vamos retornar para o Palais Mermonia. Eu acho que a gente não vai jogar com o Neuvilette, tá? Tá com, assim... meio cara, assim, que a gente... tá em fim de missão. Não joga, né? Olha essa mesa dele com a resposta da Furina. Tá. Acho que eu vou falar com a Melusine primeiro, depois eu vejo isso. Pera aí. Ai, gente, agora eu tô gostando do Neuvilette. E agora? O que eu faço da minha vida? Se bem que dele eu sempre gostei, né?
It's quite all right.
Só a gameplay que eu não fui muito fã, não.
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me, so I've always felt really safe.
Do you remember Domenico?
Let me think. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said,
Ele é um maravilhoso, elegante, divo drag. Ele tem os olhos meio assim, tipo, meio, né, puxadinhos.
But I felt really happy too.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvilette, are you happy too? Oh,
E eu acho o cabelo dele parecido com a da Yai Miko.
I promised to model for Alov.
Of course.
Esse rabinho embaixo, assim. Lembro da Yai.
See you next time, monsieur.
See you next time.
Terminamos! Estarei ausente por questões pessoais. Retornarei em um dia. Questões pessoais, minha nossa. O que será que o nosso Yurex finalmente... Ah, eu não consegui terminar. Eu já cansei de te dizer, você deveria seguir o meu exemplo e sair mais. Você precisa conhecer melhor o seu povo. Mesmo que algo desagradável aconteça, você ainda encontrará muitas pessoas únicas pelo caminho. O que acha? O mundo humano não é tão ruim, é? Yurex finalmente recobrou os sentidos. É isso que ela fala. Yeah. Gostei da missão, hein, gente? Apesar de não ter jogado com ele, a gente viu... um lado dele, né? Que a gente não consegue ver assim... jogando com ele, né? Tô com 114 tiros e 9 dias ainda esse banner. 115 agora. Ó, tá chovendo aqui. Será que o Neuvilette tá chorando? ...24 de 160... Ah, eu não sei o que eu faço. Óbvio que eu precisava melhorar essa arma aqui pro 90. Ou será que compensa eu colocar essa daqui no Tinary? Nossa, é muito ataque. Essa daqui é muito boa pra ele. Porque essa daqui tá sem ninguém. Deixa eu ver quanto que taxa o meu Tinary tem. 64. Aí eu investiria mais em dano crítico, talvez. Ao invés de colocar esse de taxa, eu colocaria um de dano crítico. Deixa eu ver como que ele ficaria. Mas aí sem o negócio do trupe, né? Aí ia dificultar um pouquinho. Olha, 92 de taxa é muita coisa. Será que eu não consigo achar nada com dano crítico? Aí abaixa um pouco. O que eu fiz? O que eu tava fazendo? Ah, tem esse daqui que tá bom também. Dano crítico e taxa crítica de 10. Acho que esse daqui, hein? Melhor do que esse daqui. Eu acho. Tava esse? Do nada dilúvio aqui. É, então, aqui também tá com do nada dilúvio. Sessenta e 115. Será que se eu tentar... Será que aumenta o dano? Se aumentar o dano crítico... Não, esse aqui tá bom. Cancelar. Não. Tá bom, mas depende do personagem. Tá bom, mas depende do personagem. Tá bom. Tá bom. Não, só tem taxa esse. Ai, será? Dano. Dano! Deu certo. Agora sim. E tem esse Ibis também, que é bom pra ele. Precisava melhorar a arma do meu Tinary. Será que não tem um de taxa crítica melhor que esse, não? Não. Mas acho que ele roda bem assim. Acho que roda. Não sei se eu faço pra arma do Zongli logo e termino isso. Se eu faço de artefato. Você vai fazer, Laura, algum? Alguém quer fazer algum aí?
As Mantis...
Que nem a minha Yai, eu mudei algumas coisas dela. Ela tá já usando o trupe. Não, trupe itinerante não, como é que fala? Esse daqui é trupe dourada. E ela já tá ficando boazinha já. Eu precisava montar um set inteiro pra ela de trupe dourada, porque é o novo set dela, né? E aí, pra Fischl também. Você topa a arma do Zhongli? Termina logo essa arma chata? Mas olha isso daqui. Ai, gente. Por quê? Por quê? Why? Então vamos lá. Só entrar no meu mundo. Vamos terminar. As Memphis lines take the same as I remember. Elimine os monstros e salve Alan. Dane-se o Alan, eu, hein? Vamos lá. Aqui é tudo hidro. Não, que pareal, que... Precisava fazer da arma da Kuchin também. Preciso de acho que 3 dourados. Acho que eu vou trocar meu time, hein? Não sei se eu gostei desse time, não. Vou trocar meu time. Colocar a Cookie e a Narida.
I see everything. Do not overdo it.
Ah, já tá me dando vontade de fazer xixi de novo. Tenho mais duas.
Take flight. Everyone hold hands. Grow. Out of my way! Embrace the ice! Commit to memory!
Step aside.
Whirling snow!
Mais uma. Consigo fazer mais uma. Aí, deixa eu fechar minha janela.
I see everything. Take flight. Stand with me. Everyone hold hands. Why you call it? I'll settle this. Sunward swirl. There is no. Grow. This way.
Oi, Gu, tudo bem? Olha, veio um dourado no último. Deveria ter vindo no começo, né? Estou só um pouquinho atrasado hoje. É que eu comecei mais cedo também a live, né? Não tenho o costume de iniciar tão cedo. Um dourado. Dois dourados.
Osmanthus.
Estou com 50 tiros guardados para a Furina. Olha, tá bom já. Quanto mais, melhor, né? Quer fazer artefato de Fontaine? Quero. Só que eu preciso fazer resina condensada. Acho que eu vou comprar do Bully. Eu já volto.
This realm
is pretty good. Olha, ela tá no 9 de amizade. Pronto.
If you ever...
Antes de ir lá, eu já volto, porque eu preciso muito fazer xixi. Rapidão.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while, so it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember, but where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Vamos fazer os artefatos de Fontaine. Onde que é mesmo? Ah, é aqui. Ai, eu pensei que tinha que sair antes. Manda de novo, Laura, desculpa.
Stabilize.
Aqui eu nem lembro quem que a gente foi da última vez. A vida de personagem aumentar ou reduzir aumentará o dano crítico de todos os membros da equipe. Meu Deus. Recomenda até gelo, né? Acho que vou assim.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Vamos ver. Ih, peraí.
Off we go. Adventure time. Teamwork is dream.
Disappear! Here! Worthless! Worthless! Here!
Mind the daily.
Everybody stand back.
I've overestimated myself.
Why do they never teamwork is dream?
Evil conquering! Worthless! Here!
Going in.
I may have overestimated myself.
Até que foi rápido com esse time, hein? Bônus de dano cryo, poxa. Esse daqui vou guardar. Eu acho que a Furina vai usar esse daqui também, né? Bônus de dano gel. Bônus de dano anemo. Vida, vida, vida. Vamos lá. Ah, eu não deveria ter dado o especial do Bennett na última.
Let's light it up.
Mind the deluge. Be still.
Everybody stand up.
Lament! Here! Worthless!
E meu Shell dando 37 mil aqui, agora 25, 25.
Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Useless. Adventure time. Everybody stand back.
Evil conquering!
Coming, Sato.
Sweet! Here! Here! Worthless! Here! Worthless!
A espada do Ayako cura muito. É, então, Eu gosto dessa espada do passe. Ah, só veio o que eu não preciso. Vida em porcentagem. É, horrível. Horrível, e eu não tenho mais resina. Vai fazer algo? Não sei, eu queria ver essa arma do Zhongli logo. Precisava ver quanto que falta de item pra upar ela logo. Dá sim. Ela precisa de broto. Nossa, eu tenho bastante broto. E aquela... Isso daqui que... A Kuchin roubou tudo. Roubou tudo, meu. Tá, faltam mais 5 e aqui faltam 10. Nossa, cadê que eu tô perdido? Aqui. Pronto. Acho que eu vou matar aquelas coisinhas chatas agora, então. As flores gigantes.
Bitter pill to swallow.
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Hey! Don't blink.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Speed of light.
Ô, Gustavo, você está online? Seu Neuvilette já tá nível... Em algum nível alto? Nível 70? Já tá bom já.
Pill to swallow.
Don't blink! Hey! With sword comes shadow.
Você já pode chegar até o 90, não pode?
Speed of light.
Dos personagens, eu não lembro. O problema é upar. Eu tô quase fazendo vendo o que a Furina vai usar.
Seems like an emergency.
E fazendo um free farm, porque
Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Speed of light.
Mind the side effects.
Don't blink. Hey. Incoming. Nowhere to hide. The doctor was. Don't blink. Hey.
Poxa, tem uma lá em cima de novo.
Incoming. Speed of light. Incoming.
Ai, vem pra um lugar que faça sentido, vai. Olha onde eu tô lutando com.
Don't blink. Hey.
Vem pra cá.
Speed of light. Sword comes shadow. Don't blink. Speed of light.
Olha onde eu tô lutando com essa flor. Olha, eu não vou nem falar o nome da flor. É melhor eu nem falar o nome da flor. Que eu não ia chamar a flor do nome, né, Laura? Whatever, tudo bem.
Don't blink.
Taking a turn for the better.
Incoming. Don't blink. Hey.
Hey!
A bitter pill to swallow.
The death juice. Incoming. Speed of light.
Aí tá me dando uma pequena fome já. Ai, ai.
Mind the side effects.
Cut to the chase. Don't blink. Hey!
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was sealed. Speed of light. Got lucky that.
Seems like an emergency.
Lucky that time.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Don't blink. Hey! Nowhere to hide. Incoming.
Pronto. Será que deu? Será? Agora a água tá horrível. Que o limão ficou muito forte. Oito. Olha. Ai, por uma. Ah, gente, eu vou comprar. Ah, não, deu. Yay. Pronto. Zhongli não tá passando fome mais, só de dano crítico. Eu precisava achar um desse daqui de porcentagem de dano crítico ou alguma coisa. Bem que esse dano crítico aqui poderia aumentar, né, com nível 20 do artefato. Seria meu sonho. Aqui não tem nada.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go.
Eu não tô procrastinando não, ô gata. Calma lá. Só falta esse dela. E minha Cookie, como andas? A arma dela precisa disso, disso e disso. Mas a arma do Bennett eu tô precisando mais, eu acho. Precisa disso. Parafuso do caos. Quantos será que eu tenho? Precisa de mais. E aqui tem como eu fazer amanhã isso daqui. Então eu acho que eu vou à procura disso daqui.
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Speed of light.
Ai, gente, jogar com a Xuxinha é tão satisfatório. Ela é muito boa. E fácil de buildar, viu? E olha que a minha não tá lá tudo isso ainda não.
Mind the side effects.
Speed of light. With sword comes shadow. Incoming.
Mas pra matar esses dragões aqui tem que ser o Tainari e a Yai. Acho que eu vou mudar pra esse time, hein? Ou o Tainari e a Cookie, talvez. Pra eu não ficar sem cura.
Keep up. Can't see? Let's nip that in the bud.
Lightning terrified. Our bond is strong.
Viu como eu matei rápido? Daenerys é muito bom. Onde tem o próximo? Aqui.
Keep up. One with the forest. I'll uproot you!
Our bond is strong. I'll settle this.
Tem outra aqui. Muito rápido, já peguei o que precisava. Tá bom, você quer que eu tire você do meu mundo? Quer que faz o farming junto? Ah, precisa disso também?
Can't see? Sir. I hear everything.
Out of my way!
Strong. One with the forest.
I'll settle this.
I'll uproot you. Keep up. And south.
Get with me.
Eu nem sei quantas eu precisava. Nossa, já tá me dando sono já, meu Deus. E fome, e você, Elô, tá com fome já? Hein? Quer que já faz? Ah, que bicho.
Our bond is strong. Out of my way.
Can't stop. One thing. Let's nip that in the bud.
The Temple of Wisdom.
One with the forest.
Deixa eu ver quantas eu consegui. É um leeway mesmo. Se inscreveu de novo? Tinha esquecido. Ah, muito obrigado pela inscrição, Gustavo. Ó, pra mim já deu o suficiente. Já deu até mais do que o suficiente pra mim. Eu precisava fazer esse daqui, mas eu faço amanhã. Porque não faz sentido eu fazer um negócio que dá pra eu fazer amanhã, entendeu? Basicamente. Eu já terminei já. Porque futuramente, né, gente, nós sabemos que
Don't be afraid to make
a
mistakes. It's all
Favonius
part of the learning process.
falta um pra espada, para deixar a espada. Tá bom, eu te ajudo aí então. Tem um aqui. Talvez a Furina ela precise de bastante recarga de energia, né? E a gente sabe que a melhor espada para isso é a Favonius, né? Então a gente tem que tomar cuidado e deixar a Favonius liberada aí pra Furina, caso... Ih, tem ordem. Caso a gente não consiga a arma assinatura. E qual que é a ordem? Caraca. O que tá rolando? Lauro, vem aqui que aí a gente já mata esse aqui do lado. Eu pensei que aqui... Eu já comecei por essa, vou começar por essa agora. Tá, acertei uma. Falta uma coisa do horário de domínio. Ah! Essa... Será que é essa? Não. Então tá. Essa. Pois essa? Não. Essa. Não é, Laura. É essa daqui a primeira. Eu acho que é essa daqui. É.
I think we can forego the lost and found report.
Qual que é o domínio daquela arma? Melhor ir na arma, né? Será que eu devo até ter? É só... os funguinhos.
Keep up.
Time for right here. Emerge right now.
Can't see? I hear everything.
Emerge. Right here, right now.
Enshroud.
Deu aí, Laura? Ou ainda não? Tá. Eu vou ver se eu tenho também. Se eu tiver. Porque de vez em quando eu esqueço o que eu fiz. Entendeu? E às vezes eu até tenho. Deu? Beleza. Meu, faltou bem pouquinho. Acho que 2. Mas amanhã vai abrir. Amanhã abre e aí eu consigo fazer.
The value of knowledge cannot simply be quantified in monetary terms.
Gente, eu me vou. Tá, eu tô morrendo de fome. Eu ainda tenho que fazer minha comidinha. E não tem como eu deixar vocês esperando eu fazer a minha comida, né? Aí não tem sentido. Vou levar a câmera, né, pra cozinha, né, Lu? Ver eu fritando uns filé de frango, né? Acho que vai ser... Cooking with Victor, né? Victor in the Kitchen, né? Mas é isso, gente. Eu acho que por hoje é só, tá? Não sei se eu ainda volto hoje, tá? Depois de eu comer, tá? Depois de eu jantar. Mas se eu voltar também vai ser super pouquinho, tá? Então acho que nem se eu consigo fazer live, tá? E é isso. Pode voltar. Vamos ver, tá? Muito obrigado pela participação de vocês. Beijos. Até mais tarde ou até amanhã, né? Tchau, tchau.